We heard today that the sugary 16-ounce soda ban has been overruled by a state court. Is that what happened?
State court judge said the Department of Health didn't have the authority to do it. We think that they do. We'll appeal. In the meantime, this year, 70,000 Americans will die from obesity, 5,000 here in New York. We've got to do something about it.
70,000 Americans.
70,000 people will die from obesity.
And what would be the statistics of people who are dying of starvation versus people who are dying from obesity?
For the first time in the history of the world, more people will die from overeating than undereating this year.
Do you think that there should be any limitations on people's right to choose?
To address the first part, I think that in a way it's almost been predetermined that a lot of our citizens are of lower socioeconomic status, and if the healthier foods are higher in price, well, what they're going to do is go for the lower cost and the faster foods.
No, because if they tax it, then the lower income people won't be able to afford the unhealthy food or the healthy foods.
What do you think of the idea of taxing unhealthy food?
Well, I think everybody should be eating healthy food on their own, but if you have tax on unhealthy food, it's kind of like the government's playing mom and dad with people who are eating, and I think they have the choice to decide what they want to eat for themselves, and putting a tax on food kind of takes away some of that choice. Naturally, they're going to go with healthier options, but it's not really the government's place to decide what we do and don't eat.
How do you think we could get people eating healthier?
For me, I think that it starts with education. The way that I was taught was just in a general way. In school, kind of eat this, eat that, or don't eat that. And as I've grown up, I know that my eating habits have gotten better, but they're certainly not great. In school, you have better eating options, but I don't feel that I have the education to make the best choices.
What do you think should be done differently?
Make it a bigger issue in school. I think my health class in high school was taught as a joke.
Get people eating healthier.
Well, it's funny because my answer doesn't have that much to do with my nature. It has more to do with, I guess, my views on economics and on nutrition. But that being said, I do think that the key to healthier eating across the country is education and information. And I say that because I don't believe that you can implement change by force. Like, I don't think it's legitimate or even effective to subsidize fast food or unsubsidized healthy foods, make one more expensive and one less expensive, because in a sense that's fascism. That's government saying, you can eat whatever you want to, but if you want to save money, you're going to do what we want you to do. So in a sense, they're dictating the way the country eats. But if you look at it, fast food and unhealthy foods and Debbie cakes, they're what's consumed the most, but they're also what's advertised the most. Since they make the most money, they have the deepest pockets for advertising. For newspapers, for commercials. In TV shows, you see Sheldon Cooper eating a honey bun. That's just the way it is. You don't see them eating carrots, you don't see them talking about nutrition, because the minority of people who care about that aren't funded. I do think that the best way to get that information out there is just to spread it. You need to get people that are passionate about nutrition and are passionate about exercise and for them to put their own money in, for them to make their own flyers, for them to air their own commercials, for them to do their own fundraisers. And I think if the government were to get involved in that, the best way it would do it is not by making unhealthy foods more expensive or vice versa, but it would be by, like I was saying, taking money from people who want to put it in and putting it into a program that promotes advertising, that doesn't dictate prices, but just promotes dissemination of information. And I think that's the key, to just get more information out there.